Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and this is the weekly wrap up for the first week in January of 2019. January the 1st through the 5th. Yes, there are a couple of days missing in the week because you know my days or my weeks go from Sunday until Saturday. So because it was last year, I knocked those couple days off and I'm only starting the weekly wrap-offs from the 1st through the 5th. So I had a horrible week. As I said, I had a horrible week of reading. I have been off thanks to the government shutdown in the United States, and you would think that I would get a whole lot of reading done. Not so much. Not so much. I did get quite a few videos recorded for you guys, so you guys will be seeing those here in the near future. My best of, worst ofs, things like that. So really excited about that, to be giving you guys those, giving you the last of the nomination videos for the Bookish Academy Awards. And, you know, but other than that, actually reading has been super hard for me this week. My husband got a man cold, and then he came home like early one of the days that he was supposed to be at work, and I was like, okay, I got this video done, I got that video done, now I'm going to sit down and read after I take a cute little, short little nap. And then he comes walking in the door and I was like, you're home. And then he ended up staying home the next day and I was like, you're home. And then you would think my going to my son's swim practice all by myself, I would get reading done there. I got a smidgen of reading done because there was a dive competition going on at the pool at the same time. So it was like, oh, I am finding that I need outside stimulation to multitask and read. I don't know what it is. Even to like listen to an audiobook, I gotta have something else going on. It's weird. It is so weird. So I am not discouraged that I only read 2 books for this first week of January, because I did a lot of other things that, went on. And I'm not starting my 2019 goals or videos with stress or anything like that. So yeah, let's get into what I read last week. Last week I started my week off with Zero G by Dan Wells. This is an Audible Originals package. Being that I am a member of Audible, I get 2 free Audibles, or 2 free audiobooks. There we go. A month, and it's something special we get with our subscription. But this is a sci-fi kid-lit book, and I give it 5 stars. I give it 0 fans for my Smotometer, and I listen to it on audiobook. As I said, this book follows Zero and his family. It is set in dystopian space. Us here on Earth have decided to move into space. We have 2 different planets, galaxies away, what have you, where we have to travel by spaceship and, go to the other galaxies. This gave me a big time feel of a youth version of Passenger, the one that starred Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. But it gives me that feel. It gives me that sort of, we're going to go into stasis and then we're going to wake up. But oh, Zero has something wrong with his pod and he has to take care of something that goes on the ship. Now, he doesn't actually wake anybody up, but some things start to happen. It was fun. It was adventurous. I got this for free, as I said, because I have a subscription, and I got this one in particular because we're offered 6 of them, 6 originals a month. I got this one because I thought my son would really enjoy it. And I definitely think this is something that I will be listening to with him, because it most definitely was a lot of fun. I was completely drawn into it, into the story, and into the space aspect of it. And I just think it was a really, really fun and entertaining book to listen to. And it had a full cast of narrators as well. So it wasn't just Zero or one narrator speaking for all the characters. It's a full cast of characters and a full cast of narrators as well. The next book that I finished was Bombshell by Jen Frederick. This is an erotic short story. I give this book 4 stars. I give it 3 fans on the Smotometer. And I listened to this on the podcast read me romance. Read me romance. You guys always love that I do that, so I'm just going to continue it because it's such a fun theme song and I always just love to dance to it. This book is a short story about Kate and Jack. There were a few things that I sort of were leery about during the first episode. First of all, you don't get the female character's name until I want to say like the second chapter, if not the second episode, and that kind of annoyed me. I was like, what is her name? We're listening to her perspective of the story, but what is her name? I know her best friend's name, and I know his name is Jack, the male character in the book. So in this story, you have a secret baby that's not really secret because, you know, she didn't purposely keep the pregnancy to herself. She did go to the family, but the family was like, we don't want nothing to do with you, boo. Boof, boof, go away. Don't contact us again. But then she lives in a small town and he happens to be in the grocery store that she is in. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. You guys had a connection. You guys got pregnant. And then all of a sudden he ghosted you. Okay, so where are you going to take me after that? She has this huge freak out scene in the first part of the book. And this is what made me a little leery, was that the child was supposed to be 3 months old, but the child was taking grapes from a display stand. And I was like, wait, did my baby eat grapes at 3 months old that weren't washed and cut up by me? I don't think so. Most definitely a 3-month-old not reaching out of the shopping cart to get produce. So I was like, that didn't work well with me. And then sort of as the story goes along, some of the other things that kind of got my little panties in a bunch, I was like, but then they settled out. It was like, okay, this is fun. And then listening to Tessa and Alexa discuss the book before, well, actually it was on Friday that they finally discussed the book. But hearing their banter back and forth, it really put it in perspective. And I was like, okay, I have read other Jen Frederick books before. And where she co-writes with Elle Kennedy under Aaron Watt. I have read the entire Paper Princess series and I love it. So I sort of had a feel for how Jen Frederick sort of writes and her style per se. So I was like, okay, giving it a chance. And by the end of it, I really did enjoy the story. It was fun. It had some sweet and carefree sort of moments and things like that. And I really did enjoy it. I am looking forward to getting it as an ebook because I'm sure with all of the comments that have been made about the discrepancies in the story, there will probably be some edits, I would hope, fingers crossed, that there's going to be some edits, and then there's definitely going to be some epilogue information or extras to the story. So I'm looking forward to that because this is one of those stories that you want to know more about the characters, and I would really appreciate that. So those are the two things that I read this week. Now, on to the things that I am still currently working on this week as well. I am still reading Promises, which is Web of Sin #3 by Aleatha Roman. I am, like I said, I was just not focused enough to read, and I hope to get this done here shortly so I can be giving you guys a fuller review of this book next week during the weekly wrap-up, because I need to know what happened in the rest of the story between Arania and Sparrow. There are so many twists and turns, and even with the stuff that I've already read, which I'm about 20% in, and I'm still like, what is going on, and I need to know more. So I just really need to sort of get out of the funk and get to reading, per se. I am also still reading The Secret to Dating My Best Friend's Sister by Meghan Quinn. I am finally really digging into this one. I'm about 40 to 50% into this one, and we have this connection between the friend whose name is Bram. The friend's name is Bram, and he lost a bet pretty much on purpose, so that he can test out or get closer to his best friend's sister, Jules, or Julia, however you want to say it. I like Jules, so I'm going to be on the Bram's team and go with Jules. She has a dating service and dating program that she has pretty much spent her entire educational career coming to. She has a doctorate in behavioral sciences and things like that, and this was her baby on how to make matches that are gonna last. Not just a Tinder thing, not just a quick thank you ma'am, bam, hello, but an actual sustaining relationship. So she has a program that she has designed to do this. He lost a bet, and her brother, Jules's brother, was the institutor of the bet, and Bram had to go into the program and find love. But he has a completely different aspect to it, which I'm enjoying. I am liking their banter back and forth. I kind of feel like I'm needing a little bit more, but I may get that later on, even though I'm 50% in. So I'm like, I need it to, you know, kind of move along a little bit faster, but we will see. Meghan Quinn doesn't usually let me down when it comes to books, so I'm looking forward to getting to the end of this one. I am reading Hate Notes by Keeland and Penelope Ward. I'm listening to this as an audiobook, and even audiobooks are slumpy right now for me. I would say 50% into this one as well. This is a story about a woman that she finds a note in a wedding dress. She's a thrifty sort of spender, what have you. She found a note in a wedding dress, and when she sees this note, she's like, oh, let me research this guy that wrote this note, because of course he has a, you know, social media footprint of some sort. And she gets drunk and decides to contact his realty company and goes to a showing. Well, he calls her on her shit because it is a rich part of town in New York, and he like talks down to her and throws her out while she's licking her wounds in the bathroom in this high-rise building already where the condo is. She meets this woman, and this woman ends up giving her a job because she just, yeah. From her broken engagement, she lost her job, and she's looking for another job and doesn't know what she wants to do with her life. And there's some twists and turns and like that. I'm enjoying the banter between these two characters, which I can't remember what their names are at this point. But I'm sure I will be able to fall back into that story once I start listening to it again. I'm enjoying it as of right now. Their banter back and forth is interesting. I don't particularly like the hippiness of our female character, but that could very much change. I am still reading The Darkest Corners by Sydney Jamesson and The Water Cure by Sophie Mackintosh. So those are the things that I have read last week, and the things that I'm currently reading. Hopefully this reading slump of a thing gets taken care of. Hopefully I get back to work, because I can commute and listen to music and things like that, and it just helps more. Another thing that I got done was that I got my little reading journal sort of set up, and I have my cool, you know, calendar right here so I can do my weeks, and then I have my goals set up in here, as well as how I'm going to be doing it, you know, having the weeks broken down and things like that. And also I'm setting up my challenge notebook as well, and I've gotten some of those pages written down or broken down. I have my cute little calendar again. Let's see. I have my Romanceopoly pages that you guys will be hearing about. I haven't read any books for the challenge yet, but then I will also have the other challenges and things like that that I'm still putting these cards in, and this is how I will be keeping track of everything for you guys this year. I will be participating in Buzzwordathon, which is from, I want to say January the, what is it? Let me look at the calendar. January the 14th to January the 20th is Buzzwordathon. It is a readathon that is hosted by Lala from Books and Lala, and she also has a co-host this round, which is I can't remember her name, but she has a channel called My Reading is Odd, and the buzzword for this round is lie and any form of lie. So lie, lies, liar, lying, any type of thing like that. I am currently putting together my TBR for that. So you guys will see that TBR, let's see, the day before the readathon actually starts. So yay on that. But that is the video. That's, like I said, what I'm currently reading, what I read last week, all the things that are going on in my busy life. If you have read any of those books, or if you have any thoughts on those books, let me know down in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.